closer to the center. Yes, yes, yes. What it do, y'all? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast. For those that don't know, I am Junes, the original for the Bantus, by blood, not by converge. You know I'm out here to splurge with the what? With the word. I want to give all praise and glory to the Father, for he is worthy to be praised. I want to give shout outs to all those that's been tuning in, subscribing, giving feedback, positive, negative, the whole shebang. But listen, all of this would not be what it is if it wasn't for you, courtesy of the Father. So a round of applause for you guys. I hope everybody's having a beautiful Thursday, the first day of June here in New York. We getting closer to the summer. Hey, it's gonna be a good time. But I don't want to waste your time. But before I even do, man, click the description, man. The true location of Jerusalem is there. I got brand new merchandise that's there. Support the movement. You know what I'm saying? Walk around with that Repent or Die on. You know what I'm saying? So when people say what you got on, you tell them this is the times that we living in. It's either you're going to repent or you're going to die. And if you want in-depth understanding, come follow your boy on the podcast. Word. Gunshot salute for that. But yeah. Had to really take the time out and gather my thoughts before I brought forth this presentation. And I wouldn't call it a presentation. It's more like a conversation that needs to be had, us amongst black and brown people, and of course people across the world. You know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, I work out, and the conversations that's always brought up, which is weird, but this is what it is, that's always brought up amongst men that's working out, is the fact that you should preserve your semen. They call it semen retentions. And I hear all the benefits that it makes you mentally clear, and you get more energy, and you this and you that. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Until I started doing the homework. And when I say doing the homework, I had to go and investigate and see where did this come from, and why is it being pushed upon the black? Like, why is this all of a sudden the thing to do in the black community? And before I show you guys what I uncovered, I want you to ask yourself this. As a man and a woman, what is your primary role as a man and a woman? Put it in the chat. Leave it in the comments. What is your role as a man and a woman? See, some of you guys don't know the role. So let me educate you on this. Okay? When the Father, or for layman's terms, for those that's new tuning in, when God created man and woman, what was their obligations? To be fruitful and multiply. Our job is to be fruitful and multiply. That is priority. That's why mothers have children, then their children have children, the mother and the father become grandparents, and then great-grandparents, and then so on until one dies, the other person picks up the slack, and then the other person dies and the other person picks up the slack. This is a rule that been going on. It's a cycle, should I say, that been going on for generations, centuries, since the beginning of time, right? Even animals, plants, everything operates in a formal sequence. But then when I sit back and I start looking deep into this so-called semen retention, you'll realize that the people that invented this semen retention, matter of fact, let me pull this up for you guys. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Hold on.
Taoism.
Okay. You know I'm gonna have to pull this up. If I don't do it, then who's gonna do it? You feel me? If I don't do it, who is going to do it? Hold on. Okay. If I don't do it, who is going to do it? Okay. So I'm sharing my screen with you guys. Right? As you can see, this is what it says. What is semen retention? Let's read. It says semen retention is not a new fad. It's an old practice. The concept originates from an ancient spiritual practice, a Chinese philosophy known as Taoism. Now, off the gate, Chinese philosophy. Let me say that again. Chinese philosophy. Let me break it to layman's terms for you guys. Chinese hypothesis, Chinese opinions, Chinese belief, Chinese understanding, what they believe. Chinese, not black, not brown, not African, not Haitian, not Jamaican, Chinese. And I find it ironic that this is a philosophy that was put together in China. Walk with me here, which is also the same country that has over 1 billion people, so they say, which is the same country that forbids you from having more than one child in a household. So they say. I'm just going based on the information that we was told over the years. So I find it kind of strange that a teaching like this, and I won't even say find it kind of strange. I'm not shocked that a teaching like this will come from Chinese philosophy. Let's continue. Taoism teaches that ejaculation depletes your energy and life force, whereas sexual self-control was a way of maintaining and increasing it. Now, okay. You know why? You know why people that's obsessive and working out will view this as a reason not to, make love? It's because all that obsessive working out makes this into this. And then you end up having low self-esteem. So the only thing that's going to build your self-esteem is by working out. And what you're willing to do, right, is you're willing to go against the ways and the orders of God, of the universe, and then cleave on to a Chinese philosophy, Chinese perspective, Chinese opinion, than to just, figure it out. Not everybody is born with the canon. Praise the Father, he blessed me. Praise the Father, he blessed my boys. but not everybody's born with the cannon. But a lot of times, the reason why the cannon has become a BB gun is because of the excessive workout. See, they talk about um um retention, semen retention, but they don't talk about the resting that needs to take place with the obsessive workout. And let me give a news flash to our people. This excessive amount of working out that you do, that's overloading on your body, which is unhealthy. The true health is within you, right? The true health is what you put in. And a lot of individuals will believe in the semen retention, but see nothing wrong with eating crab, shrimp, lobster, pigback, and all of that. Knowing that these foods is part of the reason why your health is off, why you spiritually detach. So now you take on a Chinese perspective, a Chinese opinion to then justify and use it as validation into why you shouldn't be having, or should I say, shouldn't be making love. Let's continue reading. Essentially, semen retention is the practice of not ejaculating. This doesn't have to be through abstinences, although that is one method. It can be through learning to, or listen what it says, learning through learning to orgasm without ejaculation. Yes, you can have an orgasm without ejaculating. That is a lie. And who the heck on God's green earth will want to ejaculate, will want to have an orgasm and not ejaculate? What is this? 40 days, 40 nights? For those that probably never seen that movie, you used to watch it. 40 days, 40 nights. It's about a European who was on a mission to not make love for 40 days and 40 nights. And he met this girl, and it got so bad for him that they did everything but make love. He over here took a flower and rubbed it on her thighs, and she over here on cloud nine. Like, I can't make these stuff up. Watch it. 40 days and 40 nights. Listen, it says over the years, modern myths has come to light claiming that the health benefits of semen retention, including improved fertility, higher testosterone, better overall physical health. So let me answer these two right here. Let me answer these three. How do you know it's going to be improved if you ain't doing nothing? See, this and this all will be at its best when you eat accordingly. Right? Now, when you are a heavy weightlifter, or you're a bodybuilder, or anybody that has to eat more than 2 times a day. See, the average person, let me tell you, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest. We're supposed to have 1 meal for the day. The max is 2 meals. But in between times, you're supposed to be fasting. You're supposed to allow your body to work. You're supposed to allow your body to break down all those processed foods, all those chemicals that's put inside your food intentionally. You got to give your body time to break it down. See, when you read the book of Adam and Eve, one of the biggest things that Satan hated the most about us was the fact that God said that we was his greatest creation. That's like a jab. It's like, yeah, I made all you guys with all this power, but this is my creation. How do you think they felt? Right? So if you want to improve something, right, you must put the things inside your body that your body needs, right? I'm gonna give you an example. If you got a Ferrari and your Ferrari needs 93 premium and beyond in order for it to be at its full potential. But you prefer to give it 87 because you're financially retention. You're holding back your funds and treating your car the right way for whatever reason it may be. Right? When you do that, what happens to your car? It may go off good. It may last for a very long time, but it's not going to be the exact car that you thought it would be because you was giving it the bad food or the bad gas. Same thing for you, people. You're not going to be your full potential unless you eat accordingly. You have to eat accordingly. We, especially here in America, has embraced the European ways of eating. And no disrespect to the Europeans, but they are the founding fathers of cancer diseases because they just eat. We're not supposed to do that. You know the difference between people living back then and now? Two things. The lack of exposure to all this radiation. And for two, the lack of eating. See, we couldn't afford to eat 3 times a day. Sometimes we couldn't even afford to eat 1 time a day. So we was literally in a high fast. That's why when you read the word, our big brother said what? He says certain spirits can only be taken out by conversation with the Father. Not prayer, conversation with the Father. And fasting. That's what people are not paying attention to. See, your testosterone is always going to be regular. Your testosterone will always be regular. What's the problem is we're eating a lot of food that's filled with estrogen. Anything that's injected with hormones is a female thing. Anything that's injected with hormones will make your body feel like it's a hormonial species, and it's supposed to intake, female things. If that makes any sense. And I'm not a scientist. That's why you see guys, they call it man boobs. That's why you see guys that be walking and they twitching and you trying to figure out like, yo, bro, this is supposed to be a man. It's because of the food. So while you focusing on semen retention, thinking that it's beneficial for you, you're doing more damage to your body because guess what? They're not telling you the truth. See, the Chinese opinion is always going to give you something, rules and regulations that was never suited for them. Right? So as a black man, when you ejaculate, you clean your body. You pour out all that testosterone, all that estrogen. This is why you see a lot of men pushing forth girls, because when they're ejaculating into their woman, all that estrogen, that X chromosomes, those things is shooting out of you. So then now the problem is that after we shoot it out, we don't then put the proper supplements back inside our bodies to build back up your testosterone, to keep your testosterone at peak shape. I know a lot of dudes, old men, at peak top shape. They're not running, they're not doing nothing. They eating, they sticking to the blueprint. Like I told my people in every single podcast that I present to you guys every single Monday, which you guys should tune into. I say what? We have substituted the blueprint for the blue face. The blueprint for the blue face. And when you take the blue face, you're gonna live this life until you is black and blue in the face. Facts. When you stick to the blueprint, You know the rules and regulations. It's about survival. It's about enduring. It's about conquer and over it all. It's about exiting. The second exodus is waiting for us. It's not the Father. He's waiting for us. We the ones that got work to do. Right? It says better overall physical health. Is that really true? Is that really true? Because when I ain't making nothing, meaning when I ain't making love, I can smell myself. I can tell like, damn, I got a semen overload. I can tell. It needs to be let out. Yeah. Don't listen to these people. Sex is a very sacred, holy thing. You're supposed to always be making love because you're supposed to always being fruitful and multiplying. But because of the cost of living, because of these philosophies, because of entertainment, because of the distractions, because of the self-entitlement, we then see us as, nah, I don't want to have no children. Or I just want to have one. Or I just want to have two. Or I can't afford to have more than such and such. It's crazy, but this is the truth. All by design. Once you understand the methods and who's pushing these narratives and who are they pushing these campaigns to, you always got to remember, why are they pushing these things to us? I'm going to get into that. Let's read. Let's read some more. It says, what happened to sperm and or semen if you don't ejaculate? Sperm that's not ejaculated simply sits in a storage that empathize. I can't say this word. Let me see what it says. Hold on, guys. Oh, it's not even gonna let me say it. Well, anyway. Um, I epidymiums, a structure in the testes or the ejaculatory duct. Eventually it dies. You see this? You see this? Eventually it dies and is resorbed by the body. This doesn't really have an effect, positive or negative, on your overall health. How do you know? It dies. Remember, semen is these are live spectrums. These are you. It's a whole gallon of you inside of you waiting to come out. They're sitting there. It's like they're sitting there waiting for the bus. They got their briefcase and everything. They waiting for the bus. They waiting for the Uber. They waiting for the Uber to pull off and then take them to their destination. I find that, don't you find it strange that these long cars, trains, and buses and trucks, you know what I'm saying? Don't that resemble something? Don't they gotta go through something and park up? Come on now. Everything in the universe, we all gotta be one with the universe, man. Stop letting people fill you with the lies. You have to stop, especially black and brown people. Okay? It says, what about blue balls? This colloquial term for increased blood pressure in the testicles as a result of sexual arousal. When you're turned on, there is increased blood flow to your genitals, while at the same time there is a reduced blood flow away from the genitals. This trapped blood is what causes an erection. If there is a prolonged period of increased blood pressure without ejaculation, you might experience aching or discomfort in the testes. However, this isn't actual harmful. Hold on, give me a second. My son is crying. Give me a second. My apologies. Little man, newborn, he don't be trying to hear none of that. right? So let's read the science. Let's read the science. Science. Now, those that know science, science in today's terms is what you will call a witch and a warlock, sorcerers in past terms. Let me say that again. Science is what you will call witches and warlocks, sorcerers in the old days. They're not going to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you. Science is synonymous with sorcery. Sorcery is synonymous with Satan. Satan, you already know. Come on now. That's why a lot of atheists and satanic individuals, they always cleave onto science before cleaving onto anything else, right? Let's continue. It says science behind the claims to semen retention benefits. Listen, as a spiritual practice. Ooh, see, now we making progress. Now we making progress. As a spiritual practice, semen retention doesn't need scientific backing, but is semen retention healthy? Are there medical benefits to not ejaculating? Let's look at the semen retention science connecting abstinence to fertility, to testosterone level, and overall health, right? Semen retention, can semen retention improve fertility? Scientifically, there seems to be a trade-off here. Abstaining from ejaculation for a couple of days may increase the volume of your semen and your total sperm count, but semen retention also the terminal to your semen quality. Detrimental, excuse me, is also detrimental to your semen quality. See, I'm telling you, this is for my black and brown people. You need to wake up. Let's continue. Research identifies that you can see an increase in semen volume after 1 or 2 days of abstinence, peaking after about a week. In some research, sperm concentration, number of sperm per ml of semen, doesn't appear to correlate with abstinence period, whereas in other research it increased with longer periods of semen retention. In both cases, total semen counts is higher after a long period of abstinence. But you're always gonna be fruitful and multiply. I could hold it, like you said, you could hold it for a day, you could hold it for 2 days, you could hold it for 3 weeks, you could hold it for 4 months, you could hold it for whatever. Let me make this clear. The ejaculation that you're gonna have from holding on for a month is gonna be the same amount that you're gonna hold on for 5 years. It's not you're not gonna catch even more. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna ejaculate a lot, but it's not gonna be, oh my gosh, it's a pond. The same quality. Your body is a machine, right? It's like a car. You could fill it up with gas, but when it gets to the gas, it reaches a peak and it stays there. Now, whether you turn it on today, tomorrow, next month, next year, I mean, I advise you to turn it on, because if you don't drive your car for a long period of time, it can get damaged. But when you turn it on and go from your destination, and even if you gotta put gas, it's gonna go right back, fill up to where it left off. It doesn't reach a higher pedestal. So when you hear people saying, well, it increased fertility, no, it don't. No, it don't. Now, am I saying to make love every single day? I mean, I would love to. Who wouldn't? But sometimes you gotta give your body time to recuperate. And again, a lot of times the reason why we need our body to recuperate is because of the food. The food intake that we are intaking is unbeneficial for you. Let me say that again. The food that you are intaking are unbeneficial for you. If you eat 3 times a day, let me tell you, this is how you know your body is out of wax. If you eat 3 times a day and you only use the bathroom 1 time, that means there's a blockage in your intestines. When those blockage takes place, those things within your body, they travel. This is how cancer is started. This is how sickness as far as catching colds. People thinking catching cold is from somebody sneezing. Listen, your body is in a defense mechanism. Your body can fight on any disease on the face of this earth as long as you give it the proper nutrition. I know individuals from the time I was 12 years old, I'm in my 30s, known these individuals. These people I never seen them sick. Ever. And they're around everybody. Never seen them sick. Never seen them sneeze. Say, I got a runny nose. None of that. You hardly ever see a Rasta man sick. Show me a Rasta man that you seen sick like, oh, my can't move, my can't breathe. You'll never. Because a lot of these individuals know the body. They take care of the body. And they put the proper nutritions inside their body. And some of these dudes is heavy weed smokers and all that. But when you take care of your body and you put the right supplements inside, you can live long, prosperous, healthy, uncontaminated lives, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that they'll tell you, like they told me, they'll be like, yo, stay away from the processed food. Cook your food. Stop going for the quick fix. You know, you get a Hot Pockets and you get a salmon already cooked and you know what I'm saying? Or you get a rotisserie chicken. No. You got to go through the motions. Cook your food. Eat less. And that's another thing too. They don't eat like society tells you to eat. And even the mixture of the food, when they say you gotta have a starch, you gotta have a protein, and then you gotta have vegetables, that's a bad mix. You're gonna eat starch, you gotta eat starch. Everything must be eaten alone. The mixing of the food is not good for your body. See, they're not gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this. The mixing of the food is not good for your body. That's why you see when you eat a grape, you see the Father gives you an abundance of grapes. That's supposed to just be eaten by itself. But they give you fruit baskets. You see a watermelon is big enough for you to eat by itself. It's big enough to fulfill you. You understand what I'm saying? Pineapples, all of that. We're not supposed to be mixing fruits. We're not supposed to be mixing solid food. You're going to eat the chicken by itself. But we've been so programmed. And the luxury of having options is also part of our demise. They're not going to tell you these things, but I'm going to tell you. And if you're thinking I'm lying, when you watch old movies, remember when they went hunting and they'll catch an animal, they'll kill it, skin it, put it on the fire and cook it? What was their sides? It was never a side. It was just the chicken itself. And they ate it. They went to sleep. They was energetic. They got up and they continued doing what they was doing. You got to understand. This is what I try to tell my people. And it's sad that we are living in the times that we don't even want to be each other's crutches. And I try to tell my people that, everything that you have been told in your life has been a lie. You are a slave. The slave are not required to receive any spiritual, physical, mental understanding that can be a possibility to set them free. They mastered. They know exactly how to plague off your emotions. They know how to make you say jump. They know how to make you say how high. They know how to make you do everything. They control the narrative. So what makes you think that the same people that control the narrative, you can see that the chaos by their controlling, you then believe that they won't bring forth lies even into the little things as dietary? I mean, come on. These people will tell you that your newborn child within the first 8 hours deserve a fufu inside of him. Come on. And guess what the reasoning is? The reasoning is just to protect him or her if he goes around people that got the the HB. You got to make it make sense. Come on, let's continue, man. It says, importantly, it says sperm genetics help decrease miserably after 5 days of semen retention. In one study, the percentage of sperm continent fragmented DNA was 9 to 10% in the first 2 days after the last ejaculation. By the 11th day of ejaculation, subjects had more than twice as many sperm with DNA damage. Okay? Okay? Sperm mitochondrial damage also increased with longer periods of abstinence. The bottom line, there is no benefit of semen retention for male fertility. If you're trying to conceive, experts recommend having sex every other day during female partners' fertile periods to optimize chances of pregnant. Studies show that sex every day during the fertile window gave a couple a 25% chance of conceiving, while sex every day gave them 22%. Now, let me make this clear. You're supposed to be slapping it every time. If you got the urge, go inside your woman, man. If your woman got the urge, let her come. Let her do whatever. You're supposed to be doing this. You think Abram, and you know I gotta always bring it biblical. You think Abram did not try to slap Sarah every single day so she could have his baby? I mean, she was very beautiful, so beautiful that even the Egyptian Pharaoh said, I need that. Remember, he said, that's my sister. Because if they found out that you was mine, they would have killed me and took you anyway. So she was a bad thing. I mean, if you don't believe, just look at our sisters. They're gorgeous, beautiful sisters. You got to understand that. You got to understand that. You're supposed to do it every day. Be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful. So when she's on that fruitful stage and she got a whole lot of eggs, you got to make sure you got a whole lot of semen. Now, like I said, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. You guys can read this. It's called givelegacy.com. You can check it out. But I just wanted to show you this. Now let me talk to my people. It's the whole lot. You got to understand. You was given rules and regulations to oblige by. And don't you find it ironic that this philosophy is coming from people that's not even of color? This teaching don't even derive from anything black. These teachings are coming from individuals who don't like you. These individuals will give your daughter abortion pills, ride through the nearest school with the truck to do the procedure. These same people are now these same people are teaching our colored men that it's okay to be a fish, to be a flat out tilapia, bro. Have you forgotten? See, these are the questions that you gotta always ask. Who's giving you these informations and why? I'm going to tell you why. Because the biggest threat to humanity is the opportunity of the next Messiah coming on this earth, the next revolutionary leader to come on this earth, the next warriors to come on this earth that can pose a threat to all empires, I should say, on this earth. See, because this empire of this world was always given unto the children of Abram. Not Abraham, not their ham so they could include themselves, but the children of Abram. The children of the promise, not by faith, but by blood. Like he said, like the thing said, by DNA. Sunini's in my DNA. By DNA. And they said that when you hold on to it for too long, you can mess up your DNA, which justifies why you're supposed to be slapping every single day. I don't believe in holding out and waiting until the fertility. That's not for us to do. I don't know the men's cycle. Everything is out of order, is out of wax. My understanding, because even you don't think Sarah was in her fertile times when Abram was trying? How about when Isaac, when Rebecca, you think they wasn't trying? I say all that to say this: at the end of the day, the Father got the final say. And if it ain't time, it ain't time. But does that mean you're supposed to sit back and waste time? No. Be fruitful and multiply. When you start paying attention to stuff like that, you start paying attention to philosophy, opinions. And for the black people, the Bantus, listen, man, stop getting caught up. This is what happens when you are discontinued from thy heritage. You cleave onto anything that you feel can suit or justify your life. That's what happens. And a lot of brothers don't want semen retention. Some of you guys can't get women. Some of you guys are ashamed of the shrinking of your fufu. Others is just weird. But to say this is what we supposed to do and we supposed to hold on because that's a lie. That's a lie. Because a lot of you guys that's holding off, should I say, and waiting for the time is right, when you finally let it loose, you bring forth girls. But I thought your testosterone level was being built up. No. You gotta follow these narratives so you can justify your situation. And I feel like that's something that we all need to address. And we need to address our situations. Stop adding problems to the problem. Fix one problem, then look at the next problem and not attack the problem, but attack the person that's selling you the problem. And that's our problem. And when we start realizing that, when black people realize that you are a guinea pig and wherever you're located, when you start realizing that people don't like you the way that you think they do, when you start to realize that you are public enemy number one, when you start to realize that there is an agenda against you for the color of your skin, not because of hatred in a sense of racism. No, they don't like the color of your skin because you are the direct, let me say that again, you are the direct reflection of the Creator who sits on the throne, and they know that. Let that marinate into your head. Grab your shorty, make love to her. Ladies, grab your man and make love to him. Passionate. husband and wife, kings and queens, prince and princesses. Let's bring the order back, people. Let's bring the order back, people. Change the way that you eat. This is for the bodybuilders and the people that work out and do the whole shebang. Listen, you're not supposed to eat crab. I know you love some seafood. You can't have that. You're not supposed to have a lobster tail. I know. It seems good. You're not supposed to have that. You're not supposed to eat shrimp. I know. It tastes good. You're not supposed to have that. I know you was told that it's okay to eat bacon. But let me tell you, you are not supposed to have that. Because you can do 1,000 sit-ups, you can do 1,000 push-ups, you can do 1,000 dips, you can bench press 580, you can do whatever you want. But if you are still injecting the bad food and you thinking that as long as you hold your semen away, everything is going to be okay, you're going to die. And a lot of these brothers don't even take the time out to rest their body. I know dudes that's working out 7 days a week. I'm like, yo, fam, you got to let your body rest. And when I say rest, work 1 week, rest the next week. Work another week, rest the following week. You can't put too much pressure on your body. It will affect you long term. Do you see how Arnold Schwarzenegger look right now? His hands is like this. Years and years of putting serious pain on your body. It takes a toll. It takes a toll. And as you get older, you're not going to look your best because of all the pain that you put on your body. And I'll leave it as that. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. I came to you guys live. My apologies again. My son was, had to step away. Brand new merchandise. Link is in the bio. Tune in, purchase something. Let me know that you purchased something. And you know what I'm saying? What I got is fire. You feel me? And why wouldn't you not want to purchase and come outside and let people know, like, yo, this is the time of that repentance, man. All of us, me, you, the whole world. The whole world. And tune in for the December conversation. I forgot the title that I gave it. Oh, it is impossible. Let me say this again. It is impossible for black people to keep the commandments in Babylon. It is impossible. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So I hope you guys tune in. I hope you know what I'm saying, you got some information from this. Let's throw away this semen nonsense, man. Go ahead and bust a nut, man. And if you got a wife at home, man, put the gym membership down and get on and get in the sheets. Okay? I wish YouTube wasn't the way it is. I would have played the Isley Brothers' Love Between the Sheets. But yeah, it's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live. You know who I am. You know what I represent. I am Mr. Keep My Foot. You hear me? Listen carefully when I say this. I am Mr. Keep My Foot on you heathens, you he-gros, and the newly installed heathenites next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Father, say one time for the one time. And I'ma holler at y'all. One.